Hey YouTube, Windraiser here. Today we're going to be looking at another Transformer Today we're going to be looking at Transformers Legacy Sandstorm. Oh, sorry, brain just farted. There's so much to say about this guy. um, so Sandstorm is a repaint of Beast Wars Scorponok, and I'm going from back in the day. When BotCon came around, the character originally was a BotCon exclusive. He That was the only way you could get that character, or you'd have to take a Scorponok that you have of your own and paint it those colors. That was years ago. Now fast forward back. We're now in the era of Legacy, as I said before, generations 3.0. We now can obtain a Sandstorm at retail store. But like I said, it's just a repaint of Scorponok. I'll go ahead and bring in Scorponok here. As you can tell, he's just a repaint of his brother. Where he has purple, where it would be the stingers and the insectoid legs here on the back. Whereas for him, it's his head, shoulders, claws, some of his legs, his feet, his codpiece, and some bits here on the side. In place of that, he has some orange. We got some yellow highlights here on the lower forearm, the toes and feet area, the shin up to the knees. You have a yellow dot there on the front, and the cool thing is, you get a new head sculpt, which is very, very cool. And that head sculpt is based off his Scorponok's original toy model of his mutant head, and I do like that they did that. Now in the new set, that the new Buzzworthy Bumblebee set that you can get at Target, they have Scorponok in his G1 toy colors, to where you can have this head or that head. I think that's very cool. I'm gonna set him off to the side right now. So, like I said, he has some orange and yellow on him. I'm gonna go ahead and take a closer look up him. Like I said, new head sculpt based off his mutant design. I do love that. Now on my copy of Sandstorm here, his joints are a lot tighter, as well as his stinger, as you can tell. The ball joint is a lot thicker on this, to where Scorponok, his stinger the ball joint on his stinger flops around like no tomorrow. A lot of my Sandstorm joints are a lot stiffer. Tail has the same joints and posability. Head can't only look up that far due to how the head is. Look side to side and do a full 360. That ball joint is like deep in there. Arms can do a full 360. There's a hinge for in and out. Bicep swivel. There is an elbow joint. Wrist swivel. The claws do open and close. And his missiles are painted a nice, vibrant purple. And in this claw, we get a new Cyber Bee. Go ahead and pull him out. And take a look at that. Now this one, we do have the eyes painted, as well as the wings, and you can see more detail on this than you could with the one that came with Scorponok. It's very cool. I do like a good Cyber Bee. Go ahead and plug him in there. So now we're gonna go ahead and get into his transformation. But before we do that, do some more size comparisons. Here he is next to Siege Scrap Metal. I only have one problem. I forgot the rest of the joints. Legs can move forward and backwards. There is a hinge for in and out, which is tight on mine. Thigh swivel. Knees on mine are a little loose, but over 90 degrees. there is ankle tilt on both feet, and they can move up and down. And I do apologize for that. But like we said, we just saw scrap metal for size comparison. Here he is next to Kickback, and which is true for how the Beast War characters are. They downgraded their body size to conserve energon. Hence why, if you remember the Beast Wars cartoon series where they see a lot of the Autobots and Decepticons on the Ark, these guys were tiny compared to them. So we're going to go ahead and get into the transformation. Set off this stand to the side. So to go ahead and start that, we're going to go ahead and fold his feet straight down. Go ahead and bring his arms straight out. Make sure the claws are closed. What I like to do is come to the back of the tail and go ahead and undo his kibbly mess of legs here. Next, we're going to come to the front, pry open his chest. That way you can disconnect, get the hips unpegged, which are pegged up in that little crevices via this joint here. Once you do that, because you're able to swing all this back, come in here and get the scorpion head out. And I do have trouble doing that sometimes, so anything will do, spudger. What I would have liked them to do is found a way to fold this back into here, but they don't. So go ahead and bring the shoulders up just a bit, enough to where you can fold the head down. And it doesn't fold all the way down. As you bring these in more and more, you'll be able to open that more. And if you fold it down any further, the head is likely to pop off his ball joint. So be careful with that. Give me 1 second. All right, so we got his head back on. So we'll have these fold all the way up. Go ahead and bring the arms out here on the shoulders. Rotate them at the bicep, where you have those spiky bits facing up. Make sure the claws are straight. And then you can bend those at the elbows, like so. So there's the front part of the scorpion. Go ahead and fold that part down. Keep the legs, scorpion legs where they are for right now. So you're going to rotate the hip like so. This one will rotate, and it's got a peg here. The heel spur is going to go through this hole right here. Getting it in there is a pain in the butt, but it is doable. Just slide it in and fold that up. And this leg will bend in like so. Now, like I said in my Scorponok review, you can peg this into that slot behind his knee, but with his paint on him is so beautiful, I'm not going to do that. So, to each their own. Go ahead and fold the scorpion legs down, and then we'll get those into position like so. And go ahead and come down. And there we have Sandstorm, I almost called him Scorponok, in his scorpion mode. And to be honest, I like this scorpion mode a lot better color-wise than I do Scorponok's, because it's more, well, cartoony. I like the darker, the original toy colors. So I may pick up that set where he's in the Buzzworthy Bumblebee set with 2 other Decepticon-like Predacons and Goldbug. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and get a close-up of this Scorpion. I do love that head sculpt. I do wish they had painted all of the eyes, because as you can see, there's 2 divots here. There's one right there and one there. Those are also eye sockets. He would also have 2 on top here and then 2 back here. Well, that's okay. Do love the detail on the Scorpion. Beautiful. Now, posability, the tail stinger is on a ball joint. There's a hinge here for the tail. Now, because of how this all transforms, all of this posability of the stinger of the tail is kind of like lackluster. So, same joints are in the arms as they were in robot mode. So, his robot arms are his claws, the same thing. But all the legs are on this hinge. This piece right here is one solid piece, so that's a hinge, and then you have all the other legs that are articulated, but as on ball joints. So he's kind of like stuck in that pose where he's going to sting you. For a size comparison, here he is next to Scorponok. As you can tell, my Scorponok, he's extremely loose in these ball joints, the Scorpion legs, as well as the Stinger. But you can see the coloration difference of them side by side. And like I said, I do prefer Sandstorm now. Here he is next to Power of the Prime's Stripes. And I have mine decked out in repro labels. Here he is next to... oh crap, I forget his name. But one of the clones, Decepticon clones. I forget his name now. Wingspan. Here he is next to Slag. And here he is next to my favorite, one of my favorite beast bots, Geki Somaru. So there you guys have it. There is my review. I know I don't go back into robot mode anymore. I only did it with that one figure, the blaster. The transformation is the same. If you want, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and get all the legs up out of the way. Come here to the underside. Move this leg out. This leg will slide right out now. Undo the hip section. Rotate it. Rotate this leg at the hip placement. Rotate the legs around. Now you have the feet all done. Now we come up to the upper torso. Fold the Scorpion torso back. Fold the Scorpion head in. Push that back. Push the legs backwards. Fold the arms down. Bring up Sandstorm's head. Fold the hip assembly in. And it should peg into place, but mine has trouble doing so. There it goes. Click in. Close the torso up. Come to the legs. What I like to do is start with the outside legs first. Get them to where they interlock. Bring the back legs down. Bring these legs up. Bring the tail up over his head. Make sure his legs are straight. And then after that, you just straighten out the arms. And there you have Sandstorm back in his robot mode, and we're putting him back on his stand because his knee joints are completely crap. But there you guys have it. There has been my review for Transformers Kingdom, Transformers Legacy, Sandstorm. I am Windraiser, and I'll see y'all on the next review.